I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late.
A business from the UK, a university from Germany got linked through me to help people who had lost everything. It makes me think again that we are capable of amazing things as a society.
So today is the start of a very different journey for us. I'm hitting the road by myself, but I'm not taking the normal truck. In fact, I'm taking the new one because this weekend Ian has a test weekend with Paul's pedals and I have quite a big adventure. And it involves bikes, but not necessarily these ones. So this trip, if you followed us for a while, you'll know that we sponsor and look after an athlete that we affectionately call Empty Juan. He's an incredible athlete. He lost a huge number of his organs to cancer and preventative measures to basically stop him getting cancer, and because of that he's basically empty inside. This time last year, if you were following the news, Valencia, where he's based, suffered horrendous flooding. That flooding just devastated the area. As a result of that, something like 100,000 vehicles were destroyed or damaged or written off or just washed away. And in amongst all of the chaos and the carnage, Juan organised a group of 100 cyclists to distribute aid in the area. So for a man that could become seriously unwell from the bacteria that was in the water or the sludge that was covering the area, Juan didn't stop for a second to think about himself. He was more interested in helping get people what they need. We've been thinking about how we could help. We being Ian and I, but also Jens, who does our engineering work for us, who's based in Germany. We came up with an idea that was a bit different to what we normally do. So that's where today's adventure starts. It starts in Newcastle, and it's going to end in Valencia, but it's going to take a detour via East Germany to go and see Jens. Right, I'm packed.
You done? Where are you going?
Well, I've explained that I'm going to Valencia, but I haven't explained the detour yet.
You can do that whilst you're on your journey. You're going on the boat.
I can. I'm going on the party boat, yeah, straight across to Amsterdam. I am awful on the boat, so I will be green at some point, I'm sure.
The weather's all right, man. It's not lumpy. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it still doesn't help. You've been playing with something.
I have, yeah. We've got my hat this afternoon has kind of been creative R&D hat for bike division. Cool. Can't show too much at this stage because there's a little bit to do, but it's going to be a bit of a fun project, I think. In fact, it will be a fun project. We're going to have some fun doing it. Yeah.
Like this. I haven't told them what the bikes are yet.
Watch this space.
Oh, thanks. Right, I'm going to get the boat.
Off you go. Enjoy.
See you in a bit. First bit of security done. There's the boat. Often called the party boat around here because it goes, there's like weekend cruises you can do from Newcastle to Amsterdam and back. So you can imagine why it's called the party boat. I'm hoping it's nice and quiet and really smooth tonight for me. I absolutely hate getting seasick. I've had a load of tablets already. I've got some patches to put on my ears and your navel, which I don't really understand. I've had a slight worry in terms of the height of the vehicle. They've asked me, are you under 220? So 2 meters 20. I'm fairly sure it is under 220. Right, I know the vehicle naked is 2 meters bang on. Yeah, the roof rack's not 20 centimeters. Is it? Well, we're going to find out in a minute. If it gets tight, well, it'll just be tight. On. So I'm going to remember where we parked the car. I'll leave that for later. Right, I'm on the boat. Got my room. It's not a bad little room. little double bed and then a bathroom. And I'm hoping I won't be stuck in that bathroom all night. You see, big boat. Of course, being from Newcastle, there is a bar up the top. So it's definitely beer o'clock. So the next leg of this journey starts from Amsterdam. Currently I'm empty-handed and I need to go and pick a few bits up. So I'm going to be going from Amsterdam to Chemnitz in East Germany, and I'm going to be heading to go see Jens because that's where I'm going to pick up the things for Juan. So tomorrow night I will be staying with Jens in Germany, and he's promised me a beer and a pizza. Actually, it's Oktoberfest, so maybe we'll get a couple of steins. We'll see. Morning. Look, I still have colour in my cheeks. I wasn't violently ill, which is a good thing. I'm just sat in our queue waiting for the ramp in front of us to drop so that we can get out. I can get out. Also, if you do see Seth in the background of any of the shots, this is Seth the Sloth. My son Arlo asked me to bring him with me to share some photos with him of Seth having an adventure as well. So if you see him in the background or in the truck, that's why. I can probably take these sickness stickers off now. I don't know if they worked, but a combination of those and the tablets definitely worked. So that's good. So leg 2 of the journey is from Amsterdam ferryport through to Chemnitz in East Germany. In Chemnitz is the University of Technology that Jens, our engineer that designs our bikes, is also a lecturer at the university. He has helped create something incredible, which is the reason for this trip. So we're going to drive from here. It is 460 miles, which is going to be the thick end of 7.5 hours in the car. Tomorrow, I'll be able to show you in detail the ridiculous laboratory that Jens has to play with, and we get to have a look behind the scenes. Some of the tools he uses for prototyping, for engineering work for us. There's some things we can't show you yet that we're working on, which will be pretty good, which I'm picking up. And we've also got 4 bikes that the university have created for us that are coming with me to Valencia, and we've got to get them on here somehow. I'm going to settle in and start getting some miles underway. Your phone, Jens. Jens isn't answering the phone. I'm fairly sure this is the door I need to go in. I can't quite remember. Hey mate,
You made it.
alright. What's it called? Truck. Jens' crazy truck. Check out Jens's blue truck. Right, it's pretty late, and to be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to show much of what was going on inside. This light is perfect. But I'm tired. It's time to go get some food. So we're gonna go and get a pizza, and I'll show you all the funky cool stuff tomorrow. Morning on day 3. Hello from Chemnitz University of Technology. I am parked outside one of the halls, Hall F. Inside we're going to go meet Jens and have a look at his lab and all the funky stuff that he can do in here. I think we should go in and I can finally show you what we're doing and talk about it a bit more. So let's go meet Jens let's have a look at his lab where he does so much of the development work for us and a lot of other funky things as well. Morning. You look like a Bond victim, mate, doing that.
Morning.
Everybody, this is Jens. Jens, this is everybody.
Are they all in
the tiny little lens?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. You can walk us around and show us what we can see and
I don't know.
tell me what I can't.
It's just university. Keep me in this room.
Your prison cell.
That's where we do the hot shit.
Yeah. So in here, hanging up. And down here, there's lots of different prototype versions of Vielo frames or development stuff that Jens has been wanting to do to play with. So a lot of these will have bespoke parts, they'll have things that are completely unique. Like Jens has just been showing me some axles he's been playing with and designing. And the beauty of this place is that he has the tooling to be able to do most of this himself, all the resources too. And it's such a cool workshop and toy place. But then there's all sorts of jigs in here for measuring different things. You're going to have to explain what this is in a bit.
Okay.
Not just yet though, because I really want to show everybody what's behind that door. So this is the reason I've done the journey, because this has been made by Jens and the students here at the university, and it's a cargo bike. In fact, it's one of 4 cargo bikes that the guys have made here out of upcycled parts from Airbus A380 struts that hold the floor support, is that right?
That's correct. They support the floor where the seats get mounted on. If they retire an airplane, usually it gets a second use as a cargo airplane. Everything gets removed inside. It's literally just a fish can left, and many of these carbon fiber.
So this is carbon fiber?
This is carbon fiber. Actually, when you strip off the color, it looks like this. In fact, this is one of the tubes, so this is the kind of support for this one. It's not that we did a poor job on this one. It's just the paint is just very strong.
Okay.
Well, design-wise, it's not really necessary to remove the color, but if we want to bond it in some way and we want to wrap the carbon fiber that keeps the frame in one piece, we need to prepare the surface and then strip off the color, though. So that's the reason why we turn it from blue into black. Plus, it looks really hot.
It looks much better in matte black. I'm surprised at the thickness.
It's 2.5 millimeters, which is actually way too much for bicycle. The tube was made for an airplane.
And you're saying that composition of the tube in terms of its percentage of carbon and resin is different to what most people know as a road bike or a gravel bike?
It's much higher because it's not because they can, it's because they need. This is done on a machine like a lathe, and you just have these textile kind of carbon fiber, and you literally it's spinning like a mandrel. Within this process, you get a very high ratio of carbon fiber to resin. Mm-hmm. This is why they're actually so insanely light.
So the tubes start like this.
Yeah.
And then you've cut them to these shapes?
Different lengths and different angles where they meet each other. And then these tubes should match quite well. It makes it easy when you join them. Give it a first kind of stitch, the connection. So we just put some epoxy on here. And then it's not falling apart anymore. But there's no way that you can ride this frame. It will just crack. Actual structure is coming from bandages like this. We put the layup would be pretty much like this in this case, and different angle, different layup. So we go a few times like this, mm-hmm. and then the final wrap would be, it's more for cosmetic reason, like this. Mm-hmm.
And then it should, at the end, should look something like here on that frame.
That's so cool.
Bandage I'm just holding in my hands. Actually tow a truck with that.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, it's really strong, and we have a few layers of this. Of course, how you apply the force makes a difference, but if you just pull it straight, you could tow a truck. Big one, like the 40-ton. We do have a special jig where we arrange the tubes as very similar to what the steel frame makers use. So some more complicated cross sections like the BB one, where we join the chainstays, needs some more attention. Then we have this. What you see here, this is like, looks like a lace from shoes. Mm-hmm. That's carbon fiber. It's a roving.
Okay.
And we wrap it to support the BB, so it's
There's a lot more force in that section.
And in different angles and different directions. So carbon fiber, as strong as it is, after all, it's still an anisotropic material, which means it cannot take force equally in each direction. Then we have the CNC parts coming from our partner in Taiwan, Token, bonded in. So we have aluminum inserts. Since these tubes are not standard from the inner diameter, 50 millimeters inner diameter, but 50 millimeters is not a dimension not for BB, for bottom bracket, not for head tube. So we need to kind of cover this step in diameter in order to get the regular interfaces in.
So for example, you might recognize this fork, which is fairly familiar. But the transition between the fork and the inside of the head tube was required a different part on the inside, right?
Yes, exactly. It was done in the engineering files from the students. We had, of course, the fork because we know the guy who did the fork. The seat tube color. Here we come. So, what is the diameter? The largest diameter you can get the seat post in this is, I think it's 34. It is 34.9.
Okay.
So this is a 34.9, and to cover the step between the 50 mil inner diameter, what we did is we 3D printed the 3D printed insert. The dropouts, of course, this is another thing that would be not from carbon fiber but aluminum. So it's just not a bicycle from the scratch. You need to deal with everything that is.
There is also this thing, but I'm not going to show them what this is yet because it's too soon. But this is coming home with me, and at some point you'll get to see about that. So I'm mad scientist. So today, the challenge that we have is we've got to work out a way to get these 4 bikes on the roof of my truck on top of the Grenadier. Now we have, on the Grenadier that I have, we have the 3/4 rack, so the rack doesn't go all the way to the front because it has the windows in it. So we need to find a way to mount the bike on the roof, all 4 of them. The front wheels will probably go inside the vehicle, and I have some other large thing that I was tapping on, that has to come in the car as well. So I've got stickers to apply, bikes to mount to the roof. To mount them to the roof, Jens has come up with a very clever idea. And the beauty of this place is that he can make pretty much anything we need. Oh look, here's another cool thing in this place. Projects the university works on is this thing. So there is a laser that sits here, and then that device, I spin this, moves the node at the end, and this ski deflects. And this jig is designed in a way to measure the flexes on different skis. It's one of the projects that the university does. this jig here, Jens was explaining to me that these plates are measuring devices, and they put different tiles underneath them so that they can measure running shoes and the friction involved in the different shoes. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I quickly show. So these are some of the tiles. Look, there's like a slate coloured one, there's a sandy texture in there as well, and these are the different shoe sections so they can measure traction and other bits and bobs. That's the type of stuff that they do in this part of the university. Is they've got all these projects and research projects that go for different industries that go on to become product leading and product innovations. And Jens at the university, one of his jobs is to lead some of these industry projects, and also lecturing and looking after some of the students as well. His other projects that he works on is us. So the fork for the V+1 that you see down here, the whole V+1 that you see in the back of the corner there, that's all Jens's designs. He does all of our engineering work, technical work, all the CAD work, and all the hot shit, as he calls it. And he's very humble and very good at it. So this is all the textiles that they do here, and some of the CNC machines, doing prototyping, or if we need anything machining, half the time Jens will just pick up this, whatever the material is, and just get on and make it. So he's a very, very good craftsman. So in here, look, I love this, right? Scissors and knives. Scissors and knives. Only scissors and knives. Every drawer is perfectly labelled. We have these fork mounts, which mount they're going to mount the actual fork of the cargo bike onto the roof, but they don't line up with the tracks that are on the actual roof itself. We have these Thule rear racks, which are going to strap the back tyre on, but they don't match with anything on the truck currently either. And Jens has come up with an idea to use this Bosch aluminium section tubing with some corner mounts, and he is going to make all of that connect to the truck
as a scale model. So first of all, these engage perfectly on your rack.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I think it's even made for that.
Okay.
So as a scale model, what we're going to do is we cut it exactly to the same length, like the width of your rack.
Yeah.
If you fancy the covers for this plastic ones, it looks nice. Then.
Yeah, it's got to look right.
So, yeah, I see the OCD striking already.
Now we're talking.
Well, not the chipped one.
No.
Like this.
Yeah.
And for the
Yes. And then we just
so
need.
it snaps on top. So this is a one time.
Yeah.
Boy, it looks nice. It's also for aerodynamic.
I'll be faster.
It's much faster.
Much faster.
Actually, once the bike's on the roof, the car's not limited anymore.
Oh.
I checked with Ineos Grenadier. They said only if you use Bosch profiles.
Just Bosch profiles.
Exclusively, yeah.
We haven't found the scales yet, but I can tell you from being able to lift this with one hand, it's probably, I don't know, 13 kilos. It's absolutely insane for the size of it. I mean, look at it. It's massive. The other thing Jens didn't mention yet is the loading capacity on the back of it. It can take 70 kilos. But they're going to be perfect for what we're donating them for.
Hi, my name is Louis. I'm Thorben.
I'm Sebastian.
These guys made this. These are part of the crew that actually made the bikes that are going to Valencia. We're saying that this is part of the practical element of the course. Is that right?
Yes.
So how were the bikes to build?
It was a challenge at first because it were obviously the first bikes we built. Getting the layup right, it was almost always the same. So after the first bike, it was quite straightforward.
So you've never made anything like this before?
No, I think we all ride bikes and work on our own bikes, but building a bike from scratch is obviously something different.
Yeah. What bikes do you ride normally?
Normally full suspension bikes,
Yeah.
mostly enduro or downhill.
Okay.
So that was also another new thing for me,
Okay.
with no suspension at all. But yeah.
Didn't think it'd be practical to put a rear shock on and crown forks.
No, well, I would have liked to, but it would have made it so much more complicated to build. So we decided to leave it like that.
And we were saying before that you guys perhaps were expecting, in terms of lead times and deliveries, everything to run smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the whole project run smoothly?
Not at all. At first we needed to wait for the tubes. We needed to think about how to protect the frame because they turned a bit white after they were on the oven.
All right. Okay.
And then we put some epoxy on the tube so it looks a bit shiny.
Okay.
That's why all the bikes look a bit different.
So I'm going to say this on behalf of the people that will be receiving these bikes, and that is, thank you very much, chaps, because, like I said, they're being donated to a fantastic cause, and without your effort, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you. Try and get the finishing touches to these bikes. Big shout out to the guys at Enhance that wrapped my vehicle, also wrapped Ian's vehicle. They helped with the decals for this. I basically sent them the logos and said, help. So yeah, massive thank you to those guys for doing this. They might not be impressed with my technique, but I can make it work. Yeah, we're getting there. The bikes are all stickered up. My top secret cargo that I've picked up that I can't show you, I'm just trying to put in the back of the car. It's taking up a lot of space. And currently the lads are all working on top of the roof. Fully bespoke bike rack. So this will be completely unique to this vehicle. Thanks guys. The only thing left to do is test the rack. Go for a little spin around the block, make sure everything is okay and doesn't fall off. Well, that's as much of a test as it's going to get. It is now 4 o'clock. I've got a 4.5 hour drive. That's easy 9 o'clock for me getting in tonight. Let's pray that that is tight enough on the top of there. We've done all we can. I'm confident the guys. They've done an amazing job. The thing doesn't even move. We've thrown it around some corners to see if it wobbles, and it hasn't. The test will be the Autobahn. You did a pretty good job. It doesn't move at all. It moves with the truck.
That was the plan.
Massive respect to Jens and the boys for this rack. It's so good. I mean, there is no wind noise at all compared to what I was expecting. It's rock solid. I've just pulled over a petrol station just to make sure all the ratchets are in place and none of the tubing has moved and everything feels solid. It's absolutely rock solid. And the speed limits, normally they're like 130 kilometers an hour, so 80 odd mile an hour. Fine, no problem at all. Car feels stable, nothing's moving. So I'm just so chuffed a bit. Right, it's 9:30. That ended up being a 5-hour drive after quite an early start this morning. Frustrating, so much traffic really late on, but never mind. It's done. I'm at the hotel. I'm happy that the car's parked out the way. I'm just going to go and get a couple of hours kip because tomorrow morning it is a 12-hour day in the car, I believe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's that time. Here we go again. Hayage. Window down. Pull up to the machine. Park, climb out. Top ticket this time. No. Bit of wheel spin. An expansion joint. Slip the tyres.
I am wasting all my time. I'm messing up my mind. I only need someone
11 and a half hours, I think it was. 1,200 kilometers, long day. Thankfully, these guys, the farmhouse I'm staying in, have let me park the truck right outside. I mean, there's nobody around here, other than the noisy cyclists I can hear on the road, which is cool. The truck has done me good. It's very warm. I now need a lovely shower and a large beer, I think. This farmhouse is class. The inside is stunning. It's an old converted farmhouse, and it's absolutely gorgeous throughout. It's just really tastefully done. The room's dead canny. It's a nice pool. Probably not going to get to use the pool. So I will run through a list of all the people as a thank you to them for supporting us. Satori, manufacturer of a finishing kit, so bars and stems, they provided all the bars and stems for it. The guys at Cambrian Tyres in the UK provided us with Goodyear tyres. So we have tyres and tubes from those guys. WTB, another tyre brand that also make grips and saddles. They provided us the grips and saddles on this. We've also got Token. Token also manufacture our bearings. They've provided us with wheels and also helped with the CNC parts. So the aluminium parts required to make the frame were sourced via Token. So thank you to the guys for supporting us in that. EFW is the name of the company that has provided the carbon fibre tubes and the components from that. The other brands are the drivetrain. So Tektro TRP have provided the group sets. And so that's the brakes, the brake rotors, the gears, the cassettes, the derailleur, all of those components, as well as specific hosing to be able to run it correctly for the full length required. We've provided the fork. So the fork that's in it is the Vielo V+1 Gen 2 fork in bluestone. That enabled us to move from a 26-inch wheel to a 700C wheel. And then we've also provided chains and organised the sponsors, and then, of course, the final delivery. Oh, and the other obvious one is the university. So Chemnitz University of Technology and Jens has led this project. Now, initially, I think the students helped a lot with the bike builds, but when it came down to the final few weeks, Jens put a massive amount of effort in to finish the frames. So on Monday, I will be meeting Juan, and we will be delivering to 2 different locations around Valencia to 2 different councils that will be using the bikes to support businesses that have lost assets. So now there's 2 things that we didn't do. The bill of materials, which is all the components that are required to build the bike. Nobody recognised that there weren't pedals on it because we're not used to providing pedals with bikes. I messaged Jordi yesterday and said, is there any chance you can buy 4 sets of pedals for me, mate, and I'll reimburse you. So I am meeting Jordi tomorrow for lunch. When we phoned Juan and told him about the bikes, he was in tears. So I guarantee there will be tears on Monday. Now, big question. Are we going to start making cargo bikes on a regular basis? We're not. This is something was really a passion project. There's 2 reasons why we're not going to make cargo bikes. One is the material, which isn't something we're going to have a huge amount of, and the second being the labour. Jens and the guys at the university don't have the capacity to make these on a regular basis and a scalable basis at the moment. We really wanted to take something that was made by the students as a proof of concept and deliver it to the field to show that it really is adding value to people. These opportunities that link up like this don't come around very often, so I was really passionate about making it work. It's not something we always do. It's not our usual day-to-day business. It has been a big journey and an adventure to get everything done, but I'm really excited for Monday. Chilled morning this morning. I managed to get some sleep, enjoy breakfast, and catch up on the 200 plus emails that I had to get through. And that means whenever we're near Girona, I have to go see Jordi. Jordi is a customer of ours and a friend of ours who originally bought one of the first generation V+1s. And when we did Sea Otter, in Europe offered for us to stay at his apartment, and he's just an incredible human being. Right, as promised, it's Jordi. If you've ever come to Girona, I'm making you some work here, mate. I have actively called Jordi the Prince of Girona because he knows everybody and knows where all the best places are to eat and to stay and
to have lunch.
To have lunch, yeah, which we're going to do.
We will upload some pictures later.
Yeah,
from our lunch.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it actually. I did have to tell Marcos that I'm going to be a bit later because we're going for lunch. he was like, okay, well I'll move dinner later.
Maybe he can come with us.
Yeah, maybe next time.
He has time.
So yeah, we're just doing a quick sightseeing, enjoying some sunshine, and I'm going to get some food. Amazing lunch with Jordi. Absolute legend, that guy. Like I said, he went and got pedals for me because I'd forgotten them. Knew the best place for lunch. Just superb. Total legend. So on the motorway now from just north of Girona, heading past Barcelona. So I'm not far from Girona actually. And a bit further back was a reminder of a video that I saw on GCN, which was on the motorway services. It says, caution, highway robberies, be careful with your belongings, or something along those lines. And it reminded me that the guys from GCN, when they came out to do the tracker, their camera gear all got stolen because somebody drove up alongside them, told them that they had a puncture or there was a problem with their car, made them pull over, and in the time it took them to do so, they had been jumped in the car, grabbed the camera bags. So I was mega conscious of this, and it was a reminder of it. And sure enough, I have been on the motorway for 10 minutes just outside of Girona, and a silver Golf with a single driver just caught me, pulled up alongside, told me to wind the windows down, and I just smirked at him because I knew exactly what he was doing. So this is a thank you to the lads at GCN, and it was a horrible thing that you guys went through, but if you hadn't talked about it, I wouldn't be aware of it, and I might have been a victim of that. Hi Marcos.
Hello there.
So arrived, the journey down was dead easy. Flew down. The only challenge is these don't fit in the underground car park. I better film this way because the guests at the entrance are quite entertaining. I'll let you check. I've got to get the bikes down. So these have got to go into the room because there's nowhere to put them. So that's what we're going to try now.
So I'll be doing all the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll just chuck them down. That my company for the evening is 4 bicycles. So there'll probably not be much filming tomorrow because I'm going to have a fairly chilled morning. And then I think we're going to Valencia for dinner, which will be nice. Thanks, mate.
Not at all. Always a pleasure. Never a chore.
Amazing. Thank you very much for looking after me for the past
Thanks
few
for
days.
coming. Thanks for making the effort.
Yeah, I had to drop your bike off.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'll go find Juan and do the last little bit.
Ooh, sounds promising.
And you can go back to bed.
Oh yeah. Come on. Chop chop.
On the way. Thank you again to Marcos. It was awesome that he came and helped this morning because I did think I'd be able to do it myself, but I definitely couldn't. So having him there was a massive help. So Juan's pickup location is about half an hour from here, which is a big car park near his apartment. We will head to the first drop-off location, put some pedals on some bikes, and hand over the first bikes. Pedro, is correct? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? You have to say hello again. And Juan. And the first time you got to see the bikes, right?
This is incredible. This is amazing. It's been a year, a crazy year. Pedro knows because he's been affected directly. And seeing this here at home 3 kilometers away from everything. It's like so
cool, man.
emotional.
So Pedro painted your bike, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's everything linked because there's Vielo bits of my bike, which is being painted by Pedro, and my bike has been doing crazy. My bike has been doing crazy stuff last year, helping out people, and now seeing how the help comes like from Germany and the UK. It's you cannot describe this. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. And Pedro's, you were saying before that Pedro's business was completely flooded through last year as well.
In Catarroja, where we're going to deliver 2 of the bikes. The water came into the first floor, like 2 meters high.
Yeah.
The workshop all done. So having him here to take a few pictures with new cameras that we could help him by buying stuff. Like he's an artist, he paints and takes pictures and stuff. So taking pictures with new cameras and new things. Here, I live there, and we're going there. Like, I don't know. It's
very cool.
Wow.
Very cool. I am aware of Pedro's work, and obviously I've seen the bike as well, but we also did these.
Yes, you did them.
And
I didn't remember.
I thought I forgot them.
Wow.
if you also,
Thank
I
you
can't
very
remember what
much.
sizes the bags, but we can sort them out later.
Wow.
So
Colorcito bueno.
the big reveal.
Because this is the real unboxing. This is the design of my Vielo, which is being painted
Qué guapas.
by Pedro. And this is,
Están muy guapas.
I'm so proud
Thank
of
you so
seeing
much.
this.
Yeah, no problem.
Vielo, Dual, and Pedro.
They came out well.
Newcastle, Valencia.
It's so cool.
Yeah, super beautiful.
I'm okay to wear it right now.
You can wear it now if you want, yeah. I'll turn the camera off while you're stripping off.
Do you want to check why I'm a bit different
Ah.
from the rest?
Yeah, why you're affectionately known as Empty Juan.
Check this out. Check this out. I'm not.
It's not a shark bite, no.
No. I haven't been stabbed, you know. It's not been a tavern fight. Oh wow, love it.
While Juan's getting some photos done with Pedro. Pedro, yeah, the artist that painted Juan's bike, and he's also a photographer as well, because he was affected by the floodings. He was the perfect guy to come and help us today to take some cool photos. Juan's organised quite the parking space. I'm in the middle of a T-junction. So behind me is the local council, the mayor is coming, and Juan's about to do a radio interview. I'm supposed to do something as well, but I speak little to no Spanish, so this is going to be great fun. Right, I'll get these bikes down. People are surprised when you pick it up with one hand.
It is so fun.
First ride on the bikes in Valencia. It was a bit of a whirlwind, so when I got here, the mayor was here, the lady that helped organise it is also a former pro cyclist, basically shut down in the middle of this town centre so that we can do the display. And it's lovely, I got a load of lovely gifts, a really nice beautiful fan, a book of the fans in the area as well. It was just really nice and warm and humbling. And inside the council building they had the plaster bare from the walls still, showing the height of where the water is at, and it was at like a knee height. It was almost the same height as the bike. Yeah, there's just a lot of emotion and good energy. It's really cool, really, really nice. People are happy with the bike. Yeah, mega cool. So now we're gonna pop to a bike shop, I think on the way, to see Juan's bike, do the second drop, Juan's local bike shop, because we want to look at this one. Now the t-shirts all make sense. Tell me a bit about the paint job on this.
The paint job is an amazing job being done by my friend Pedro. He lost nearly everything during the floodings. So my birthday was around the flooding stuff, and we thought, I want my bike to be painted in a different way, you know, it's like something special for a special bike. And he said, Pedro is an artist, how can we help him to overcome the crazy thing, because he lost everything of his job. And so Belen, my girlfriend, asked me, do you mind that I borrow your bike? And it was like, yes, why not? What are you going to do? I'm thinking to paint your bike for your birthday, for your 40th birthday. This has, for example, this Nolo Princess in here. This is what I've got in my tattoo in here. Absolutely.
And this matches, if you stand still, this. So Pedro designed this version of the t-shirt as well.
Look, there's a cake.
His 40th birthday celebration for you is quite an achievement, and it is for most people, but with everything you've been through as well, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is a fact actually. It has scars in them. It has drawn scars as well. When you've been through nearly dying 3 times, it's like,
yeah.
Oops.
This is also the bike you did Trans-Pyrenees on, isn't it?
Of course. I couldn't imagine doing it with a different bike. So we just changed tires.
Yeah.
And a beautiful and great road bike to do a crazy and insane road race of 1,100 kilometers, 27,000 meters of elevation in 6 days time.
Wow. The other thing Juan has done, which you see a photo from the inside or a video from the inside that I did. Juan's not very good at collecting things and achievements and medals and things like that he's done. For somebody, like you said, he's empty inside, he's missing half his internal organs. So to do Trans-Pyrenees is just unbelievable. So inside he jokes about it being a shrine. It is a shrine. It's like all his achievements and his awards and his medals from events he has on display here, or some of the special ones he gives away. He's just presented me with his Trans-Pyrenees finisher's medal. And I'm like, I don't deserve this, mate. Like, you did the work. But he wanted me to have it because it was important to him, because without the bike he wouldn't have done it. So, just unbelievable. Like, what a guy.
We are in Paiporta, where we are in the place where more people died during the floodings. We are beside the Barranco del Pollo, which was the biggest point of the stream of the water running towards the sea. You've seen like 6 kilometers away from here, the level of the water and on the sides of the buildings. We are 6 kilometers away, and you can still see.
Explain to me how you got involved in the immediate aftermath of the flooding.
After the shit happened, let's be honest, I realized I couldn't stand at home with the knowledge that I have from riding bikes and trail running, reading books, maps and stuff. And I realized that people were going to need help, any kind of help. So I just realized that I had a great bike, big backpack for expedition. And I sent a text to my girlfriend and my friends. I'm going with my bike. I'm riding the Vielo to the affected area. My friends told me, "You serious? What are you gonna do with a bike?" Don't know, but I'm going to do it. I put stories on Instagram, thinking I'm an influencer. I've got lots of people behind me. So 2 days later, we were like 200 riders cycling around, sending help with food, cleaning stuff, anything needed, medicines, everything. We got in touch with people. What you need? Need something with bikes, because it was literally impossible to drive a car, and it was difficult to walk through it, but it was super efficient and was super fast riding bikes. So I rode 800 kilometers in 1 month helping people. I was just thinking of people need help. I'm not going to think of. I realized that I was going to break the Vielo, because everything was crazy. Rang my Jose, my mechanic. He told me, shut up, just keep cycling, keep doing your job. We'll fix it, everything. Just keep cycling. 3 days later, the water started to smell terrible. It was hot still, so bacteria and stuff. So no more shorts, no more short sleeves, cycling with masks, but still cycling because people needed help. So it's like, yeah, protecting myself, but it wasn't my idea actually, it was told so. You're not going out without mask and wrap yourself. We know you're going to cycle, so either you protect yourself or you're not leaving home. Like, okay. I want to cry and I'm gonna cry because we've seen shit happen in here, and it's been a year and it's lots of things left to be done, but realizing that a business from the UK, a university from Germany got linked through me to help people who had lost everything, it makes me think again that we are capable of amazing things as a society. It's like, yeah, I know that I'm capable of to do great stuff despite cancer and all the surgeries that I've been through, but it makes me think that, come on, society, people, let's do stuff together, stop fighting, stop doing stupid things, just put our things together and keep moving, because we are amazing when we realize that things need to be done for good, just do it. And it's, don't know, it makes me feel so sad because it's been crazy. But the most important thing for me is the second day I was walking through, well, not walking, pushing my bike, and the mud was up to almost my knee, and now it's feeling around. There's lots of stuff to do, but the most of them is being done, which is amazing, and it's a proof that if we gather together with a good purpose, we are capable of creating amazing stuff.
So this was Pedro's work,
Yep.
which is the same piece that he's done for me,
Yep.
which is incredible. Guys are already excited about how light the bikes are. It's been the overwhelming surprise at the start is when they see the size of the bikes and then they pick them up. It's a massive surprise. So that's the last two bikes delivered. These bikes will be used by this council to help people transporting goods around in the area, and also for other small businesses. They'll have access to them. You'll be able to leave your ID and rent the bike and use the bike for whatever services you need. Yeah, this is 2 minutes down the road from the footage we just filmed that Juan was showing us around, where the height of the water was above head height, and that car has just been abandoned in there, and you could see all the mud and slurry and everything else that was still on it. Job done. Hasn't really sunk in yet. This part of the journey's over, and the last bit is for me to get home. What an amazing day. Something that'll stick with me for a long time. Seeing the excitement and happiness of some of the people that we created the bikes for, seeing the excitement and happiness of Juan, and the project we've been passionate about for a long time, to get it all together and deliver it within 12 months, or within a week or so of the 12-month anniversary. So really, really pleased. Like I said, I'm really proud of the people that put the effort in to help make this possible. The Jens at the university, all of the sponsors that supplied the parts and the components for us. Ian and I'm proud of us both for committing to this project and seeing it the whole way through, while we are also really busy, you know, in the day-to-day business. Ian's had to take up a load of extra slack while I'm out doing this for 9 days. The thing I hate most about an event ending is two things. One is the drive home, because you just want to be home when it's over. And the other one is the adrenaline dump. After a big show and an event, any event organizer will tell you this, that you have a huge adrenaline dump, kind of just sit in this low for a while. So I'm not looking forward to that, because it's a long drive back. But tonight I am now finished in Valencia. I'm going to drive halfway to Bilbao, so I'm staying in Zaragoza tonight. which should be good. Right, so I'm staying in Zaragoza. Now the hotel I've booked it because it's right close to the motorway. It had an attraction of these like garages that you can park in. So the garage is right underneath your room and you go straight into the room. Problem is, the truck's too tall, so it won't fit. I was mentioning it to Juan. Juan said, the reason this place is like this is it's because it's the type of place you would take your girlfriend if you didn't want your wife to know. And now I think he might be right. He says this is a very common type of hotel in Spain that I wasn't aware of. So let's go and find out. First impressions, I think he might be right. I mean, I can't remember the last time I stayed in a hotel room where the shower is visible from the bed. And the height and size of that table. The things you see on the road. Juan's definitely right for two reasons. One, I hadn't pushed all the lights on before. I missed this switch. And when you push this switch, you get the sexy lighting. And then I was stood perusing the menu because there's room service and it comes through a little hatch, so you don't have to leave the room. And I was like, well, there's the menu and website, Facebook, cafeteria. Save you having to scan that. It is a menu of accessories. Let's say that. I can't think of a better way to end this video. So from my sexy bathroom, somewhere on the way to the port home, I think all in all it's safe to say this has been a successful trip. See you on the next one.